Hello out there, my name is Felix Okeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach. And tonight we are going to be looking at the 5 smart ways to grow an effective and effectual marriage. If you want to grow a marriage that is full of joy and happiness and bliss, listen to me attentively. I will give you just 5. Maybe in the next edition, I will give you further 5. Because these are endemic principles. These are eternal principles. Whether you like it or not, principles are the same in every nation and clime. Methods may differ, but the principles are always the same. If you can listen to me attentively, you will grab some of these things we are saying today, and your marriage will take on a leap for the better. So listen. Number 1, honesty, integrity of heart, openness, transparency. That is key to every growing marriage. You must not give room for lies. Any relationship that is built on lies and half-truth is a relationship that is doomed to failure. Any relationship that are built on hidden agendas and evil motives, these are relationships that are doomed to the dustbin. So don't give any room for lies and half-truths in your relationship. Be open. Even when the situation is negative, don't lie about it. Speak the truth. So that in speaking the truth, you and your partner can get together and find a better way of achieving better results. But if you keep on lying, then your relationship will keep deteriorating. It even gets worse when your lies are discovered. Then the trust factor is gone. And trust is an essential ingredient in any growing relationship. I want you to keep that at the back of your mind. You must ensure that the trust level in that relationship is maintained continually through acts of honesty, through acts of truth, through giving the right word at the right time, making sure that there's no element of lying in your relationship. Very, very important indeed. Whether you are a man or a woman, this is the base. This is basic in every relationship. The second thing which you must also know if you want to grow a relationship that will stand the test of time is tolerance. Tolerance, the capacity to tolerate one another's flaws, one another's inadequacies, one another's weaknesses. They are very, very important. If you cannot tolerate one another, then there's no reason for you to be married, because both of you are not perfect, and times and seasons will give birth to all manner of things you never expected. And at the end of the day, if you cannot tolerate one another, then your relationship is doomed to failure. So tolerance is very important. It must also be accompanied by forgiveness. Forgiveness. As you tolerate one another's flaws, you also forgive. But when you discover that these flaws are continual, the onus lies on you as a couple to find better ways of, taking care of those flaws, better ways of relating to those flaws, and making sure that those flaws does not constitute a menace to your relationship. Very, very important. I want you to do that continually. Then the third thing, of course, that can make your relationship grow and triumph and stand the test of time is good and quality communication. Speaking the right words at the right time in the right place. Very, very important as a couple. There are things you don't say to your spouse in the open, which are only fit for the bedroom. There are things you cannot say to your spouse early in the morning when he or she is preparing to go out for the day's business. There are languages and ways, there are choices of words that you cannot use on your spouse just like that. Because the words you speak are powerful. Very powerful. Words are powerful. And when you release a negative word, it can go and ensure a negative outcome in the future, whether you like it or not. In the same way as you send a positive word, which blesses the relationship. So how you speak to one another is very, very important. Very, very important. I want you to guide your tongue continually. Before you open up your mouth and heart to your spouse, weigh your words. Weigh your contents of your words. Stop nagging. Stop criticizing. Stop doing all manner of things that will bring that relationship to disrepute. It's very, very important. Because we are looking at building a relationship that will last the distance. A relationship that in years to come, people will look back and say, of a truth, this couple has been an example to us. This is the kind of relationship we are talking about. So, quality communication is very, very important. Before I go further, please look at this red button by my side. Click on it right now and get subscribed and become part of this awesome community. This is where we teach couples the art of how to run effective and blissful marriages and families. So if you desire that to be your portion, be part of this channel immediately. Click on this red button and get subscribed. Very, very important. As we go to the fourth one, I told you I will give you 5 today. Possibly in the next edition, I will give you another 5 so that this very production doesn't get too long. What is the fifth one? Make it a part of your menu to create avenue for intimacy in your marriage. Create intimacy in your marriage. Intimacy can be created. You can give room. You can create the kind of environment that will make intimacy joyful. What do I mean by that? You can share the same bedrooms as a couple. It does not matter how much God has blessed you financially, but there's a need for you to always share the same bedroom so that, you will enjoy one another's heat. It's very, very important in marriage. There's a need for you to take your baths together at least once in a while, or at best, every morning or every evening when you come back from work. It helps to the relationship to gel together. There's a need for you to have what we call a couple game. A game which both of you enjoy as a couple. It could be a game of tennis, it could be a game of table tennis or lawn tennis, or a game of golf, or a game of football, or even a game of chess or ludo. Something that is just for both of you. It does not include the children. No, it's just both of you. That is an atmosphere where you can inject humor and joy and cause both of you to laugh excitedly and remember the joy of your union. This is the time. So, create room for intimacy. Very, very important in marriage. And then the fifth one, listen to me, a strong prayer life. Every couple that will last the distance usually have a strong spiritual foundation, which is ignited by a strong prayer life. When your prayer life is strong, there's the tendency for you, some certain pressures to be taken off you and handed over to your God. I don't know the God you worship, but I am a Christian. Whenever we have some serious things, then we take it and we hand it over. We put that burden on Jesus because we know that he's able to carry that weight. Of course, there are burdens of marriage and there are yokes of marriage, but we have the capacity to transfer that yoke and that burden to him, and then he will give us joy. This is how it goes. And you do that through prayers and fastings and sometimes a retreat. You can schedule a time for retreat, either a monthly retreat or a quarterly retreat, or a biannual retreat. There must be a time when you come together and pray as one. A praying couple always stay together. Very, very important. Don't undermine that virtue. It's very important. So those are the 5 things you must do continually as a couple. And then you will see your relationship blossom. You see your relationship flourish. You see everything around you begin to take a fresh meaning, and then it becomes an opportunity to pass such a wonderful legacy to your children, because whether you know it or not, your children are watching every step you take. And I pray today that what we have spoken today will not just enter your ears and go the other way. These are virtues and principles that I want you to practice continually, and as you do so, God will give you all the grace that is necessary to make it effective in your marriage and family life. Thank you very much for listening to me. Before you go again, please click this red button, get subscribed, and be part of this community. Marriage Without Tears. I welcome you. God bless.